Hello, Sensual Goddess. And in this movement practice, we are going to be invoking and embodying the energy of Goddess Hecate. She is goddess of the witches, dark goddess, meaning that in invoking her energy and working with her energy, she often is best to support us in times of a dark moon or in a phase maybe of our life that appears to be a little bit darker. Goddess Hecate, goddess of the witches, again, invoking that inner witch within, meaning that inner healer within. So she comes to us to aid us in being able to awaken our own powers, to be able to heal our own inner world, where we can't seek that in the outside world. She is often depicted as the goddess carrying two torches, maneuvering us through the dark. She comes to us also when we're at a crossroads in our life, have decisions to make. She can help guide us down whichever path that it is we choose and illuminate what seems dark and uncertain. She can move us through these spaces with greater confidence and clarity and purpose. So as I've put together some movement to invoke and work with Goddess Hecate, I'm focusing a lot in the sequence on core strength and hip movement. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff that's actually just closer to the ground and keeping us grounded. I find it's really important, especially in moments of uncertainty, that we're able to really tap into our core strength and our center. So that's where I want to focus energy today in movement. And then the hips, of course, that's also energy of movement and creation, right? So if we can combine these two energies together, you think of a witch at her cauldron. What does she need to create something for healing purposes, right? She needs two things. She needs power and she needs to be able to run creativity. So that's what we're going to work on today. More, again, these are all more grounded movements and slower as we're in a phase of working with darkness. I like to feel into the body in a more slower and grounded way, just because I feel like that helps intentionally to be able to sit with our own power and move it constructively and contemplate and get really internal with ourselves. So in this practice, we're going to be using what is called the breath of fire. And this, again, is an energy-focused breathing that's going to come straight from the abdomen. I'm going to show you in just a few moments how to get into that breath. So note to this breath work, if you are pregnant or you're on your moon cycle, this is not a breath for you. Don't use this. And if you fall into either of those categories, go ahead and just use very slow, deep breathing. When you see how we're going to do the breath of fire, you'll see how focused it is in the abdomen. So if you can just focus on taking slow, deep inhales and bringing it down into your belly, really, really focus on getting the breath to your belly, because that's where we're trying to activate, is that space within our inner cauldron. So any movements that we do today that are not feasible for your body, or you're not there, or you need to stop and take rest, please do that. Don't feel like you're forced to have to keep up with me, because we're going to do kind of a heavy abdominal sequence. So please don't forget to breathe during this and have fun and relax. Be in your body. This is your space and your time for you to explore you. So with all of that said, oh, and one more thing that I want you to do to have handy for the end of the practice, we're going to light a candle at the end of it. So if you'll just get a candle and a lighter and put it up maybe towards the head of your yoga mat or blanket or whatever you're using for movement on. And then when we do light the candle, be mindful of where you place it, because we are going to do some light movement around it. So we don't want to actually like go up in flames today, right? All right, so with that said, have fun and let's invoke and embody the energy of Goddess Hecate and know that she is with us in all of our moments of darkness. She's going to move us through. Awaken, you most sensual, beautiful goddess. Breathe into the aliveness that is your sacred vessel, giving yourself permission to express, to move, to speak, to create. Intentionally be your own creatress. Awaken and move passion, desire, flow, feel, and love. Become your own ritual. The breath of fire, closing the eyes, hands to your abdomen. Breaths in very quickly, in through your nostrils and out through your nostrils. Breathing down, quick, swift breaths into your abdomen and out through your nose, like you're breathing fire, a fire-breathing dragon. Let's go ahead and get into a cross-legged position and close down the eyes. We're going to go straight into the breath of fire. Putting both hands on your abdomen, continue breathing, quick, swift breaths through your nostrils into your abdomen. Now bring one hand to the heart, leaving the other on the abdomen. Go into slow, deep breathing into your heart and into your belly. Now moving your hand from your abdomen up to your throat. Continue slow, deep breathing with one hand on your throat and one hand on your heart, bringing breath into the space of your voice, connecting it with your heart. Now move your hand from your heart back down to your abdomen, connecting your power to your voice. Continue moving slow, deep breaths. Now, both hands to your abdomen. Focus all of your breath and all of your attention on your core, on your center, on your place of power. Now both hands to the heart, bringing the focus and the attention to the space of your heart. Slow, deep breaths in and out. Let's go ahead and begin to transition over slowly to our back, getting nice and comfortable. So now bring your visual mind's attention into a forest that you're standing in. It's dark and it's cool and there's no moonlight, no light around you to guide you at all. You know that you're not alone here. There's presence. It feels healing and it feels supportive. You're at a crossroads of many different paths you can go down. And due to the darkness of the forest you're in, you can't see. A shadowy figure of a woman, a wise woman, appears to you. You feel her energy is healing. And she's there to go with you down whichever path it is that you choose. As you acknowledge her presence there, 2 flames are lit on her torches, and she is ready to guide you down your next path. Her advice to you in this moment is to seek the path that is less familiar. So take a deep breath and let's go ahead and sit up. Coming back into a cross-legged position, Goddess Hecate is still with you. Go ahead and start making some circles with your upper body and your hips, going clockwise, making them deep and expansive, bringing your chest forward and contracting your back. Let's reverse circles now. Making these deep and slow and feeling all the movement in your spine. Now bend over as far as you can and allow these circles to become larger, getting closer to the floor. Flowing in one direction in these big circles that feel so good in your back. Opposite now, let's reverse directions. And coming up, let's just isolate to the neck now. Bringing your neck in clockwise circles, slow and steady. Now reverse directions. Let's come back up, bringing our neck back and then down, looking up to the sky and back down. We move now into some shoulder rolls, right and left, taking these rolls backwards, slow, fluid, juicy movements in the shoulders, alternating right and left. Now bringing your neck into the movement with your shoulders, looking over your shoulder rolls. Let's bring them both together, arms out, shoulder rolls, arms out, backwards, arms up over the head, taking slow and steady stretches, swaying your back a little bit if that feels good. Both arms up, breathe and bring it back down. Hands to the heart. Now take a deep breath and prepare to transition, coming slowly over in time to downward facing dog. I'm going to be here a moment, walk out your dog, moving your hips with this walk if that feels good to you. Allowing yourself to be here for a moment. Now moving into a spinal wave, taking it back and then forward, all the way up, arching through into a cobra. Then taking your downward dog back, continuing these spinal waves from your dog into your cobra. Feeling stretch in your back and your neck. Allowing your spine to move. Now let's bring this down on our knees. We're going to come into child's pose. Stay here a moment, roll out your wrist, and move forward into an upward dog, staying on your knees and continuing the stretch in your back and your neck. Continuing to flow through this movement back into child's pose. And into your wave on your knees. Continue to flow. Feel movement and stretch in your body. Now we're going to come to our knees. I'm going to take this into a serpent wave. So I want you to come through your hands from your knees, down onto the floor, low to the ground, into a cobra. And coming back on your knees into child's. Continue to move through these serpent waves, embodying the energy of a snake. And let's reverse that direction, going into your cobra and taking it backwards. Continue to move through these backwards waves. You can add your legs, taking one leg at a time. Just explore what your body wants to do in this movement. So let's shake that out, doing some circles around our wrist, moving back over now to our back. Go into a bridge position with our hips down and then up. Hips down and back up. Continuing this movement. Let's make circles now, clockwise with our hips in our bridge position. Adding the arms, touching your hair. Okay, let's go ahead and reverse directions. With our hip circles, taking them the other way. Now pause. Let's bring it into an undulation with our hips, moving from our hips to our belly, all the way up. And adding the hands into the hair, onto the thighs, up the body. And pause. Let's transition to bringing our legs up in the air, bending the knees, one leg and then the other. Sachet legs, painting the ceiling with your toes. Starting off with slow, intentional movement, focusing your energy now on the legs. Dancing on the ceiling. Making these moves bigger if you're ready, keeping them small. Together, bring the legs, and let's go into a splay, taking them out slow, 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 together. Slow, 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 together. Bring it out and pulse, pulse, pulse. Now quickly getting ready to transition over into a brief child's pose, drawing the hands up the legs, coming onto the knees, taking our hips in circles clockwise. Adding the hands, if you feel that's right for you, bringing them up into the air. Now reversing the circles of your hips, bringing the hands down your body, Drawing back into an arching Aphrodite, right hand down, left up, swinging around forward, left hand up, right down, and continuing that movement from side to side. Now down into a serpent wave, slowly coming through. Let's transition back to our back and repeat the sequence. Sashay legs. Painting the ceiling with your toes. Dancing whatever dance it is you want with your feet. Focusing the energy on your legs. Together into a splay. Together, splay, together, splay, together, splay, together. Coming back up in your goddess pose, transitioning back over into your child's pose, being here for a moment, stretching, moving, wiggling. Go ahead and bring your hands back up your thighs, on your knees, all the way back up. Hip circles clockwise. Arching Aphrodite. Welcoming your sensual goddess, opening your heart up to the sky. Continue flowing through here. Dragging your hands up your thighs, back to your knees, bringing it back into hip circles, counterclockwise. Coming down to your hands and knees and transitioning over onto your back. Now on our backs, preparing to transition into our abs, taking some deep breaths. And no worries if you can't keep up with me in this sequence. Go at your own pace as you get stronger. Perhaps you'll be able to keep up with the entire sequence, but breathe and take breaths as needed. Bringing the knees with the feet on the floor, the knees are up. Hands behind the head and opposite knee to opposite elbow crunches. And keep moving, crunch. Crunch. Keep this flow. I'll cue you when it's time to transition to our next move. Remembering to breathe in and out. Bringing the legs up into a diamond shape. Opposite hands to each side, moving our obliques, crunching back and forth, alternating sides. Keep breathing in and out, going at your comfortable pace. Now coming up into boat pose, holding it. This posture is difficult for you. You can bring your elbows back onto the mat. Now coming from boat into canoe, we're going to swim from side to side, locking our hands together, paddling out our canoes. Continue breathing here. Coming back onto your back, bringing your legs up in the air for a moment, just to wiggle out and stretch, taking a breath. Preparing to go back into our crunches. Hands behind your head, opposite elbow to opposite knee, tapping the toes to the floor. Continue to breathe and continue at your pace. Diamond legs, oblique, alternating side to side. Continuing the flow, continuing the breath. Coming up into your boat pose. Remember, you have the option to come back on your elbows if this is difficult to hold up. Now let's take that into our canoe, alternating sides with our obliques. Our hands are crossed, alternating right and left. Continuing to breathe. And again, coming back to your elbows and resting if you are needing that space. Let's take it back into a crunch, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Breathe and tap the toes. Keep breathing, keep crunching. Legs up, diamond shape. Alternating sides of our obliques. Our own pace, fast or slow. So let's bring the legs down and come into a stretch. Legs out, arms out. Taking a moment now, turning over onto your belly. Bringing yourself up into a forearm plank. We're going to finish out here with our strength and our power. We've lit our cauldrons on fire. Just hold it and breathe a few more moments. Now coming down. So stretch and know that we're coming to the end of this practice. You're a badass for what you just went through. Moving your body and invoking Hecate. Strengthening your core and your power. Stretch one arm up to the ceiling and slowly, sensually turn yourself over. Let's come up into Cobra. Stretch your back and your neck. Now coming on to your hands and knees. Crawling over to a seated kneeling position. Bringing your hands up to your heart. Honoring yourself with a deep breath. Now let's grab your candle and your lighter. Bring your focus to an intention to continue to practicing in your sensual being, or perhaps instead of an intention, you're calling in support. You're calling in support maybe to guide you in a moment of uncertainty. Bring all that power into that flame and let it burn. I'm so grateful for showing up for yourself today. Moving your energy, bringing your knees open, your hands onto your hips. Let's do some chest circles, isolated chest circles. Arms up, stretching up to the sky, bringing them down your body. Right arm across your chest into a stretch. Roll out your wrist. Bringing it around. Arms up again to the sky. Back down your body. Now let's bring the left arm around, stretching it out. Pulling out the wrist if you want. Coming up on your knees. Making some final hip circles. Bringing your hands to your abdomen as you're moving your hips around. Reversing these circles now.
Bring your arms up into one more arching Aphrodite, all the way around to the other side. Hello, beautiful goddess, you're awake. Arms out, bringing them up and back down your body. Arms out to the side, more isolated chest circles, the other direction now. Opening your heart to receive. Bringing one knee in and the other leg out, stretching, switching sides. Opposite knee in, leg out. Taking it slowly down to your back. Legs up, arms up. Paint the ceiling with your toes one more time. Really embody the movement and stretch. Thank you for being here. Hold your heart.